Hello, people. Welcome on in. Welcome on in. Let's get this started, shall we? Let's get this started. So, as we can see from the start of the game, Carolina is off to a hot start. It is 1-0. Second period is about to start. I'm a little tardy to this stream. Sorry about that. But I think I liked what the commenter said about it during halftime break, where Carolina seems very poised, like they came here to win a cup, like they've been playing very well in the first half. And also Bussey's made a lot of good saves. A lot of good saves. I missed the pregame intro and all the pregame antics of, like warm-ups and like because I was watching soccer, and so like all the pregame show and like who's on net, why they're on net, and all that explanation and stuff. Have no clue. Okay, but as you can see now, it looks like we're gonna have the start of the second period. Looks like the guys are coming back out on the ice. But I'm gonna give my thoughts and reactions to this game as we go along. I wouldn't mind seeing Carolina win the Stanley Cup today. I also wouldn't mind if this goes 7. I think this series has been very entertaining. And if I'm going to compare, because I like comparison and stuff, look, this Stanley Cup final has been a lot better than the NBA Finals. I know it's been years and years and years since the Knicks won the finals, but that finals got done really quick in 5. And like, we can only imagine if the NBA Finals had the privilege to have another Game 6 in Madison Square Garden, and just how much the pressure of, are the Knicks going to pull Warriors and let this 3-1 lead slip? Because I just think, I can't imagine how much that building would have just been buzzing for a Game 6, and then if they lost that, it goes to Game 7 in San Antonio. Like, it would have been a moment. Like, it would have been a moment in sports history on kind of what the last, Game 7 was. Because the last 2 Game 7s have actually been pretty historic in the NBA Finals and, their own right. But, like, could you just imagine? Anyways, so we're starting off here. Vegas is on a power play. They only have 30 seconds left in it. Would love to see them start out hot here. And again, we know this because this is what we've been watching all series. No lead is safe with either of these teams. This is what we've watched all series, excluding our previous game. Vegas has blown a lead. Carolina's blown a lead. But both goalkeepers are playing pretty fine, all things considered. So, yeah. Hart has 7 and Bussey has 11. So, with that 7-11 promo, I might as well go get myself a slushie. But if you guys are new to the channel, be sure to leave a like and subscribe. I give my thoughts and reactions during commercial breaks and do a little bit of a breakdown. Yeah, and you know what? If I'm being honest with how that first period played out, I don't think this first period dictates the rest of the game, not even in the slightest. But with just like the Knicks winning the NBA Finals, with the World Cup starting and all the buzz, there's parts of me where, I'm not saying we're greedy as sports fans, but like there's parts of me where there's like a feeling of, okay, let's wrap this thing up so we can get the World Cup going. You know what I mean? Like, it might sound, I'm not trying to sound so crazy in saying that, but there's kind of a vibe that I'm getting with today, with how, yeah, it has felt like a very long time since Game 5. Game 5 was 3 days ago, and so now where we sit, where it's like, hey, it's been a while. They had 3 days break because they wanted to put the USA game against Paraguay, and then you had the NBA Finals game the other day. It's like, these guys are rested and they're ready to go. And so they're with that little nugget, that's where my brain's like, yeah, I can see where it's like, okay, all right, let's wrap this up. Let's get World Cup underway. So anyways, guys, yeah, we're gonna go back, behind the green screen. But I thank you guys for being here. Be sure to hit that like and subscribe button. And I'll see you'll see my reaction when we come back and talk about these first 10-ish minutes or something to start off the second period. Right now, Vegas is kind of controlling I've seen a lot of Vegas putting it in Carolina's zone, but now we have an icing. So, anyways, I'll see you guys in the next one. We are inching oh so closer to. Could we use the term? Would we use the term coronation, like for crowning a new champion? No, good start to the second period. Hurricanes still lead 1-0. Again, goaltending. Goaltending is a huge thing. We got 3 more saves for Bussy. He's up to 14 now. Hart's with 10. Both goaltenders are playing phenomenal to start this thing off. As the score is still 1-0. The other thing too is there was a good chance there for Jordan Staal to put himself in a category of his own. He almost scored again, and it showed him going to the bench, and as he's, sitting over the side, he's screaming F, like fuck, because he almost had it. There was a good chance that the Hurricanes had to make this thing 2-0. But Staal, yeah, he's tied right now with some Montreal legends back in the 70s for 5 consecutive goals in the Stanley Cup final. If you want to go further back, we talked about this stat a little bit. It's 1918. So again, a century old, okay, this stat. Oh, there she is. What a beaut. The Stanley Cup. It's in the building. Oh, yeah, the Lions are doing good. They're playing good. Just right now, Bussy's playing phenomenal and making some stops. The other thing too, because right now Vegas is on a draw. We'll see where this one goes. But yeah, Staal almost scored, and yeah, that because I don't think that stat's ever not even possible. Which I want to say this quickly too before we go back to the green screen and continue watching this game. My opinion is, if the Hurricanes win tonight, you got to give the Conn Smythe to Staal. I think Staal has earned the Conn Smythe, and if not him, this is again a hot topic. Bussy, I know, it'd be him. I don't think you could give it to a losing guy, like Marner. I know Marner had that hat trick, but again, since then, what has he done? You know what I mean? The only other Vegas guy that I can think of, if Vegas is to win the Stanley Cup, who would their Conn Smythe winner be? Whoever's going to score some goals and get some offensive production here, and then whoever's the guy in Game 7 will win the Conn Smythe. That's if Vegas can mount a 3-2 comeback here in the Stanley Cup final, which is very, very reasonable. But yeah, I would, and if not those two, let's go team stats, postseason. You either give it to Hall or you give it to Staal. You could give it to. If we're looking at goals alone, maybe you could give it to him. But then again, you have to do. Just because 5 straight goals from Staal and 5, like I don't know. I don't know where they'd go with it. Where's the game by game? It's not going to show up, which is fine. So, anyways, guys, we're going to go back to the green room. But thank you all for being here. Hurricanes up 1-0. Red Bull gives you wings. All right. We're going to do our hydration break sponsored by these 7 different ads. Sponsored by, they're doing a little break here in the Stanley Cup commercial break. From what I've seen, again, good chances. Last recent shot was a shot up above the crossbar. Score is still 1-0. What are we doing looking at me? Sorry. Let's pull up the stats here. But other than that, Vegas is playing good. I have a feeling Vegas is going to score here. There's no way. Well, so much for. So where's Anderson? Is Anderson back up? All right. Yeah, he so far has 14 saves in this game. Oh man, the way it was set up, I thought Carolina was on a power play. Either way, we're sitting where we're sitting now, 1-0. Ooh, good check into the boards. But yeah, there you can sense the ice is tilting Vegas's way. So let's see if they can capitalize. But guys, if you're new here, I give my thoughts and reactions during commercial breaks. We got about 9 minutes to go left in the second period. So be sure to let me know your thoughts in the comments, and I'll see you during commercials. I just need to stop talking. That's what it is. Some of these predictions, like I've been, I've hit the nail on the head. Hold on. Put some in the chat. There we go. I've hit some things, I've hit the nail on the head with some of my predictions. And saying, here we go, the game's still, come on, give it time. Let the game get into what the game needs to get into. And then there's other times, like right now, where it's like, hey, I just need to stop talking and just, like, watch the game, because I was saying, the ice feels tilted towards Vegas. I could see Vegas. And now it's 2-0. Hurricanes just scored again with the Blake goal. A lot of this, which I wish it doesn't have it yet. Let's go back to top of the, let's go around here. Nah, it's not going to show it. But, who was, it wasn't Svechnikov. Who was it? Not Slavin. Stankoven. It was Stankoven that kept the play going. Because he shot it and then it ricocheted off of Hart, but then he went and got the rebound behind the blue line, and then he passed it over to Blake for a quick one-timer. But yeah, we're back already. So, anyways, guys, be sure to hit that like button. I give my reactions during commercial breaks. And yeah, right now it's 2-0. Vegas needs to figure something out or this is over. Like, Game 5, what Game 5 kind of showed me is, I think the comebacks, and I think what we saw in Game 5 and what we're seeing here in Game 6 is what people expected this series to be. All the comebacks and blown leads, and it's unfortunate. You don't want to have the lead to start the game. You don't want to get off to a hot start. Like, I think that was kind of an anomaly, because I feel like now more than ever. But here it is, where Canes win this, it's done. Season's over. I think they've finally settled into the series. You know what I mean? And even if Vegas were to win this, there's parts of me that can still see Carolina winning Game 7. You know what I mean? Oh, that was a good save. Oh, quick redirect, too. That was almost a score by Slavin. But just both teams have gotten settled in. Vegas needs to figure something out. They haven't shot the puck. They're still at 14 shots. Right now, the graph is saying up at the top of the screen, Vegas has not shot the puck in 11 minutes. So, hello? Hello? Anyways, Hurricanes defense is being pesky. But guys, if you're new here, I give my thoughts and reactions during half times and full times and all that. So be sure to let me know your thoughts in the comments right now. It's 2-0. Yeah, I think Carolina can feel it. All right, people. Hello, welcome back. Ooh. How we doing? How we doing? Let's get the chat open. Haven't looked at the chat in a little bit. I realized. How we doing? Well, we're good. What's up, guys? How we doing? Let's get into. Here's my thoughts, and what? Here, let me scoot over a little. I just realized, like, I'm way leaned on that one side. Whoa, that's cool. It's showing a established shot of like the sphere in Vegas, which it just has to be a modern marvel of like modern day architecture. All right, here we go. Here's this. We'll watch this goal. This was the goal that made it 2-0. Look, I don't want to overreact too much to the deficit that Vegas is in, because this is exactly where we were sitting if we remember game 2. We were sitting 0-0 after the first period, and then Vegas scored 2 goals in the second period. Or they scored 1 in the first and then 1 in the second. Something along the same lines is what we're going and seeing right here, where Carolina just had nothing. Offensively, they were doing nothing. And then the comeback started for the Hurricanes, and they ended up winning that game 4-3. This feels different, though. It feels very much the same because Vegas is doing absolutely nothing. And then when I pull up this, so again, we're, so he shot the puck. Just look at Vegas. They're out of sorts. They're all out of sorts. He's out of sorts too. I don't like. He's looking at this FanDuel. He's looking at this brand deal, and he's like, "Hey, how can I make some extra money here?" Like, he's not even looking, towards the net. But so, we had a quick shot. Hart was able to block it away, so we're behind the red line. But then as we come back in, here we are, where hey, we're good eyes on Hart. Look, everybody's focused on the puck, but we have 4 guys. I mean, credit and kudos, because he started, screaming down because he could tell where this puck is going. But then we have just guys standing around. Quick one-timer over the glove side. Boom. Top chatter. Why do I try to sound hockey? That's not how I talk in the real world. Sorry, that was such a stupid fucking. Okay. Anyways, but it goes top shelf. Oh my gosh. Sorry, I don't know why that's so stupid. Oh, that's so stupid. Anyways, so this is what made it 2-0. So here's again great offensive pursuit. They were feeding each other back and forth, and then he whiffed, and then he kind of did a little half shot. Hannafin's there to kind of block it away too as well, and then he throws it on net. No good again. Not cleared. Again, Marner's in the way, and I think there's parts of me, if Marner's not here, Hannafin gets some good wood on this and clears it away. But because it wasn't, here we go. Come on, let's talk about some top chatter here, baby. Oh, that deflected in. Oh my gosh, only on this angle did I notice that this deflected in. That did not go in cleanly. There was a deflection. Where's the deflection, though? Oh, see how it's a knuckler? Knuckler. Nobody uses the word knuckler. See? Oh, yes. Oh, it went off Marner. Hey, remember my opinions and thoughts on Marner being the Conn Smythe? He actually might be. They're gonna have to retire a Marner jersey in the rafters in Raleigh, Carolina, if they win this tonight. Just like how the Knicks will for Fox, which is absolutely funny. Oh, what's Tort saying? Yeah, keep patience. No, that's a good. We got about 5 more minutes till the third period starts. I don't think this game, again, I don't think this game is out of reach. It may feel like this is a huge, Look, Vegas scores and makes this 2-1. All the momentum shifts and all the pressure shifts back onto Carolina. Now, some things that I have seen in closeout games. I don't know, man. Like, I just... How many blowouts have we seen? Like, when Vegas won Game 5, it was a blowout, obviously, and clearly the game was over. Game 7 ended how it ended because it was tight. Game 6 ended tight and close back in 22. I believe that was like a 3-1, but I believe the third goal was an empty netter or something of that. And so now as we sit here, because last year did end up being a blowout sort of too, but it turned into a blowout in the third. Because isn't that the game where, like, was it Reinhardt? No. Someone had like 3 goals that game or something like that, and they won like 5-1 or something. I can't remember, but I don't know. We'll just see. Here's the fans cheering back home. A lot to cheer about. They're doing good. They're 20 minutes away from winning the Stanley Cup. So, anyways, guys, we are going to. All right, wrap it up. There's a score, 2-0. And it looks like they're going to go on the power play too to start, which, yeah, I've never understood how power plays roll over, but it is what it is. So, anyways. Oh, yeah. Okay, ladies and gents. Here we go. There. Excuse me. So they were cutting a commercial break, showing photos of when, when Brenda Moore and the Hurricanes last won it 20 years ago in 2006. This is over. This is over. If ESPN's, I don't want to dive into, but if with just the pace of this game, because Bussy made another good stop for Vegas because Vegas had a chance. I'm just saying, if they're pulling out the stops and showing old photos, oh yeah, this is over. This is over. I'd feel the same way too if for example, like if Vegas was up 3-2 and it was 2-0, they'd probably start showing photos of Eichel holding the cup or Stone holding the cup. Like, a very bold move for ABC to show that photo, but again, they probably can smell it. They can probably smell what's in the water, because it just, again, Vegas is not getting any good chances or any good looks. Here we go as we come back. Where's my remote? I'm muted. So Game 7, if necessary, will be Wednesday. Mitch Marner's looking at his hands going, I don't have the power anymore. I lost the power. There's probably a lot of just, whoa, what's going on? So we're back. 5 shot attempts, 2 shots on goal in the last 20 minutes. That's why we're sitting here and we're talking about momentum of Vegas being down in this game. Again, this is exactly, like, in the next 3 minutes, this is exactly where Carolina was in Game 2. So I don't think it's over. I still think that Vegas can have a shot and a chance here. There's a turnover. Whoa! He almost went coast to coast. Oh my gosh, and they can't clear the puck again. Oh my gosh. Vegas, clear the puck. Get it out of here. Whoa, they almost let their guy go coast to coast and score. Either way. But just, they got to get something going here. Like, their offensive chances have been terrible. But I'm not gonna say it's over till it's over, because again, there's 13 minutes. We've seen comebacks. So, anyways. Oh my gosh, I just realized I'm muted. Hello! Hi, everybody! Sometimes I forget my mic is muted, but we are professional. We're professionals around here, okay? Okay. No, sorry about that. So, I will admit I've gone back and forth being like, no, Vegas has it. Vegas can come back. And it's not going to show it because just like with how replays are, it probably won't be here. Oh, I missed this. When the hell did this happen? Oh, there she is in all her beauty. The Stanley Cup. Wow. There she is. There she is. There's 5 minutes and 16 seconds. Okay, the Eichel miss. The Eichel miss is what kind of sealed this game, in my personal opinion. I think there's just... We're going to look at the replay. We're going to watch it back. I think if Eichel scored there to make it 2-1, we're talking differently. But... And then Georgiev also missed as well. Because it's like the Vegas is just shooting it. They're not painting the corners. But after that Eichel miss, that's parts of me where, kind of like with Hellebuck, when Hellebuck was making the saves in the gold medal game, where it's kind of like you can tell, like it's going to be 2-0. Busty's going to put himself on a list of, you know, goalies to pitch a shutout in a, what's the elimination game? You know what I mean? Like how many in a Stanley Cup winning game? Oh, why are we showing the? Interesting. No, but whoa, that was a good look. But the point that I was trying to make is I don't know how many times in Stanley Cup final history in a closing game there's been shutouts. I don't know how many times. But anyways, it's 2-0 right now. Vegas needs something here. So anyways. What a feed ahead. Good feed ahead. all Vegas can do is just sit and watch. There was there was a redirect by Hurdle, and there was another save. It's up to 19 saves now. Here we go. Here's the crossbar. Hopefully it shows Hurdles as well. You know what? I don't with how the goaltending has gone in this game, if you want to look and be one of those and be like, whoa, Vegas lost, because, okay, this is the play that I'm talking about. This is where the Hurricanes won the Stanley Cup. So great one-timer right here. Just paint the corners here. Eichel. Boom. Right off the top upright. Because I bet 99 out of 100 times. Well, not 99, but like he's making this. And just off the doing. That'll be the play they remember. So now we're 2 minutes away. We're 2 minutes away, people. Well, that answers my stat that I was wondering earlier about when was the last time there was a shutout in a clinching game. Well, the Hurricanes have done it. They've struck gold. They've hit the jackpot in Vegas and won the Stanley Cup. That was so cool. This was a fun team to watch. This has been a fun team to watch. Like, I can't even... Like, this team is... You know what? Props to Mitch Marner, because it's like... Dude could be sitting in Toronto right now, watching. Because it's like freaking... It got real quiet for Mitch Marner. Hey, you know who else it got real quiet for? Stone, Georgiev, Hurdle. What's his name? Eichel. But damn, he had a good chance. He had a good freaking chance. Oh. You know, I'm not too crazy for thinking. This is something that I was thinking about a long time ago. Where I was like, you know what, with the era of look at the emotions, man. There are parts of me where right after Tampa went back to back and with everybody talking like, oh, this is going to be the last time, blah, 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 blah. There were parts of me where I was like, you know what I could see? Because it was a trend with football as well, where that's actually super sick. That's super sick. The idea of, oh my gosh, I'm losing my train of thought. Sorry, people. The idea of right after Tampa won the Stanley Cup back to back, there were parts of me that was thinking like, could we be getting some farewell tours where we have teams like, because at the time the number one team was the Boston Bruins, and they had some veterans on that team that were poised to win another cup. Vegas, the last time Vegas won their cup, didn't, oh, look at that. They're doing their hurricane claps. That's cool. I better wrap this up real quick and then watch the cup lift because I'm not messing around. We're gonna watch this, but um, I was thinking of curtain calls where we could see um, Patrice Bergeron win one more, Stamkos win one more, um, Ovi, Crosby, because I was like, these guys, we were watching them through the 2010s, because it's kind of the same feeling. And the other thing, too, at that same time, because that summer as well, that was the summer that freaking, the, that was the summer that the Warriors won it, too, which is probably going to be their last. And so that was kind of like my thoughts of, okay, we're probably going to see a lot of guys win their last cups. And Stahl winning the cup to me is proof that there can probably be curtain calls. Wow, first road shutout. How the hell could I forget that? The Penguins, we did it in 2017. Anyways. Thank you. Thank you. You know the media is going to put a spin on it. The media is going to try to divide. Thank you. Shit. I'm not willing to hear this over the summer. Shit. Okay, what I was thinking was sorry, I was at a loss of words. Lost words and I was trying to but the original sentiment around curtain calls and guys winning the cup and going out on top. Do I think Stahl's going to retire? No. No, I think this is enough motivation for Carolina and for him to come back. But like it's the same thing with Ovi. Like there's parts of me, Ovi and Sid. Maybe it's because I'm a Penguins fan, but like there's parts of me where it's like I don't think Sid's gonna retire until he wins another cup, and he's gonna go out on top, or at least come close where they lose in the Eastern Conference Finals after a damn good series, or they lose in the Stanley Cup final. Like I don't know. I don't know. Same with Ovi. Like I really feel that last year, even though the Panthers ended up winning it, um, last year was a damn good shot for the Capitals to try to get the cup. But with Stahl winning it, that's proof that you can win it, and then all the ideas and the thoughts of like, oh, players from, oh, here we go, here's the Conn Smythe. Are they gonna? They're booing you, Gary. Oh my gosh, they're booing him. um, Stahl better win the Conn Smythe. If he doesn't win the Conn Smythe, I'm gonna be pissed as hell. Oh, it'd be super awkward if they give the Conn Smythe to. Why would they give it to Anderson? Yep. Okay. Yeah. There we go. There we go. He's saying the right words. Good job. Really? Gotta hit that unk status. Yeah, come get your cup, unk. It's like pushing 40, by the way. Oh, God, where's how we doing over on our we got a soccer game going live too. Sweden and wow, Sweden's up 2-1. We'll give a reaction to that. Whoa, 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 whoa. 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 What the hell was that? Very true. Very true. The Carolina Hurricanes are essentially what the Buffalo Bills are. He was talking about the most wins without a cup. I think the Packers put themselves in that list too because of all the. I don't know. Yes, it is. There's the other thing too. Did it say 16 years or 17 years? Hall winning the cup, longest number one overall pick. There we go. Cool. That's so cool. That's so cool. He joins a list of winning the gold medal and the Stanley Cup in the same year. There we go. Nice. Nice. All right, people. Well, Stanley Cup is in the building. The Hurricanes won it all. That was so cool. So freaking cool. Where is... who hasn't touched the cup yet? I don't think, was it Aho or Jarvis? One of them hasn't touched the cup yet. That's what I was thinking of. Oh! He just said what I was thinking. I said, hey, I think Freddie Anderson might be hurt. Yep. He was hurt. He just dropped that little nugget right there. Yep. That was a good Stanley Cup lift, though. I think one of the best Stanley Cup lifts, though. Let me was it last year? There was one year. It might have been last year. I think last year Barkov just took it and ran straight into the uh-oh. 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 La 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 la. Let's pull it over here. There we go. Pull it up here. Where is the freaking... Pulling up the video. Where is... Quit asking him questions. Let me... Oh my gosh. This is the ugly side of sports media. Is like the dude's trying to be with his team, but it's like, no, 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 no. Let's ask you some questions. It's like, go away. No, where? No, it wasn't. Was it? Maybe it was. Okay, so that was 24. Where's 20? Where's 25? Where's 25? Oh, here it is. There's the cup. Yes. Yes. I thought, okay, it was last year. See, I wasn't thinking things. This is what I thought. This is what I thought Stahl was going to do, because the way that it was like set up, I thought he was going to do this, where he brought it over to the group. So this was last year, which was so freaking cool. Not very many teams do this, but yeah, I think it's cool. I think it's cool when the captain brings it over to his team. That's what I thought. I thought that's what he was going to do. Looked like it. Sorry, that took me like forever to find. The cup slipped out of Rod's hands. He had to catch it. I was like, all right, it's heavy. It's heavy. Let me get rid of it. That's so cool. Yeah, the backup goalie brought it over, and then he tried to lift it, and then it slipped. Then he caught it. Good on him. Good on him. All right, who's the other? The Kula. One of the coolest lifts. Okay, glazing a little bit, glazing the Panthers a little bit. Ow. I want y'all to know about my vaping addiction. Okay, this was one of the coolest. Are we still? Okay, wait. This is one of the coolest cup lifts from a coach, from a coaching standpoint. Go away with the... Never mind. Anyways. Alright, we're going to end the stream here, guys. Thank y'all for hanging out. I know it's a quick hard out. Yeah. This is cool. This is cool. So, anyways, the Hurricanes are 2026 champs, man. They hit the jackpot in Vegas. That was so cool. See, it's that... Yeah, I'm not going to call it a little theory, but it's... There, to me, and it's one way that I've watched the game, and I've enjoyed watching the game. To me, here, let me pull up some videos real quick. Let me pull up. Like, as I've watched and noticed, Like there's something cool about. Hold on, where is it? I know we're talking about the enemy here because it's like, ugh, the enemy. But for example, when Vegas won it, this combination of the gold against the white, like it looked really cool. It looked really cool. And how I was talking about with the Hurricanes, how the hell does it not have a with the Hurricanes gold against the Canes red and whites? Like it looked like a good jersey matchup. Their blacks against the whites didn't look that good. I mean, it looks fine. It looks fine, and oh, I bet Carolina would have been rocking if they won it at home. That would have been cool. But just the gold and the yeah yeah. So, anyways, that's enough of that. They've already started to wrap up the broadcast there, but we're gonna end the stream here. We've been streaming for a while. Tune back in. We might do a. I might miss the ending of this. Oh my gosh, Sweden just made it 3-1. Oh boy, oh boy, it's 3-1 over there. We might do a little World Cup check. Cup check. That's probably what we could call it. We could call it a cup check with the World Cup. But I thank you guys for hanging out. Carolina, congrats to them. Congrats to Carolina for finally getting over the hump and winning the Stanley Cup. Congrats to New York. Frickin' New York. The New York frickin' Knicks and the Carolina Hurricanes. Imagine that. Imagine that. Not only, okay, I've been riding the coattails a little bit on the Knicks for the last handful of years. I don't know why. It's feeling I've had. But, like, imagine after the Carolina Hurricanes got their ass kicked to the Panthers, okay, last year, and how the Eastern Conference exit was after last season. Imagine telling a Carolina fan, don't worry, you're going to win the Cup next year. I doubt huge fans would go, oh, of course, this is, but, like, there's parts of me just to see how far, because there's other teams, like, let's just go since 2019 when they got swept the first time. Since 2019, we've seen the surgence and, like, the disappearance of the Bruins. We've seen Colorado, the resurgence and kind of the disappearance as well. Well, but then this year, like, they were President Trophy winners. We've seen Vegas. We've seen the Islanders be that close to the Stanley Cup and then just disappear. We've seen Florida come out of nowhere. Not only have we seen Florida come out of nowhere, we've seen two teams come out of Florida, both going back to back. We saw them come out of nowhere. We've seen a Canadian team representation for the first time since 2011 with Montreal and then Edmonton in back-to-back years. Like, we have seen teams that, like, there are some teams in the 2019, 2020, and 2021 season, like, that were on the same course and path as these teams. We've seen them disappear and go into irrelevancy. Is anybody talking about Calgary? Calgary used to be good. Is anybody talking about the Islanders? Is anybody talking about who's another team that's been pretty good the last handful of years? Tampa. Tampa's lost their fastball. Who's another one? Dallas. The Rangers. Like, there are a handful of teams that have been on the same trajectory and course as Carolina, but they're different teams. They are different teams. They have different rosters. Even Vegas in the past 3 years has turned into a different team. Like, there's parts of me that think, Vegas, as fun as this Cup journey could have been with them whooping up on the Avalanche, because as much as, like, the Stanley Cup loss probably hurts, they'll probably think about whooping ass on the Avalanche for a while. They probably will. But I just, dude, it is pretty cool. And the only other team that I can probably compare this kind of success or feeling to would probably be, sorry, I can talk, when we either see when I see these guys win a championship. I don't think I'm seeing these guys win a Super Bowl for a while. Like I really think not gonna get caught on a hot mic here saying, Jalen Brunson type comments like Stephen A, where it's like Jordan Love is not the answer. We paid him how much? But I just, the Bills, and finally seeing Josh Allen win one. Lamar Jackson, because I don't think Lamar Jackson wins one with the Ravens. I know that's a crazy hot take, but there's parts of me where, because he signed a contract extension 2 years ago or something, and like contract, we know players leave teams, and then definitely surreal if we see Rodgers win one again, like with the Steelers. That'd be weird. Because I mean, like, I love the Steelers and I love Aaron Rodgers, but like, they are not to the level where a lot of other AFC teams are and NFL teams. I mean, look at what the Rams just did. We've seen some of their off-season moves. Steelers making the same. Hell no. But I like the only other team that I can kind of equate this similar feeling of like, wow, they got over the hump would be the Bills whenever Allen wins one. Bengals too. Watching Joe Burrow win one. That would be crazy. For baseball, I'd have to say the Phillies. Phillies with Harper, or the Yankees. Yankees with Aaron Judge. Like I've been sitting with this one since 22, after they got swept by the Astros. Where if the Yankees win the World Series, this is how they're going to do it. They're going to go right through the teams that have beaten them before. They're going to beat Boston, and then they're going to beat the Astros in the Conference Series. All the years, all the scandals, all the times that the Yankees had disappointing playoff exits, they'll beat Boston in the divisional, the Astros in the conference, and then they'll beat the Yankees no, they are the Yankees. They'll beat the Dodgers, or they'll beat the Phillies or somebody. But again, like, watching the Phillies lose for the Yankees to win, wouldn't want that. But I've been sitting on that one for a while. Where, the Yankees will win one day. But and then for basketball, I mean, we already talked about the Knicks, but for me personally, watch Butler get a ring, one way or another, or Westbrook. And if not that, oh gosh, I'd have to say watching the Heat get another ring, or I don't even know. So, anyways, we'll end the stream here, guys. And don't even get me started on soccer, because no, I don't think Team USA is going to win the World Cup. Oh, the scandal. Look, we played good. It was one game. Don't sell the house. Don't bet the house. Don't go down to the racetrack. And, hey, let me put my kids' college tuition fund right here. Yep. And put it all on red, white, and blue, baby. No. But that'd be wild. If like, could you imagine? Okay. Already picture this, okay? We already know the memes and everything that happened with the Knicks winning the finals the other day. Could you imagine if Team USA won it in the Meadowlands? Because that's where the final is. The final is going to be in New York, where the Jets and the Giants play. If Team USA wins it, and we can't even play New York any more times. Like, it's already been outplayed. Anyways, we'll see you guys in the next one. Oh, hold on. One more time, though. Congratulations to the Carolina Hurricanes. There's my closing monologue. I know it's stupid and dorky, but this was something team. Like it was like just freaking kind of the Knicks kind of proved it too. Which every single team that wins a championship proves it. But like literally, Senators were not a joke. The Flyers were hot. They were hot. Dude, like that series could have gotten ugly and turned any which direction you wanted it to. The Montreal series, I'm gonna overlook it, but then this series alone, after Game 4, could have gotten ugly. There could have been a moment where, and that's where I kind of think that was kind of like, to compare it to the Knicks, the breaking point on like, okay, this is where the series went. But after they blew that 4-0 lead, I think yes, they won the game, but there's probably there had to be something because there's been no offensive firepower. Oh, hello, as I'm whacking my mic. There's been no giddy up. There's like Vegas has, yeah. But after that Game 4 loss, but especially after Game 3's loss as well too. No. Did Carolina win? Hold on. Holy shnikes, how am I already forgetting? Did Carolina win Game 2 and 3? No. Which games did they win? Three. Oh, they did win Game 4. Okay, then I guess, yeah, Game 3 after, yeah, Game 3. It, or you look at Game 2 after they had that lead and then they blew it, and like with how Vegas started Game 2, this series could have gotten very ugly very quick. But they stayed in there. They stayed resilient. So props to them. Also, funny thing too is like the fact that there were people in the NBA world and in the NHL world that said both these series could have potentially be a sweep. Get them off the internet. Get them off. I there are some asinine takes that I've heard. Now, I will admit, don't go look. Do not. Don't even waste your time. I'll spoil it right now. I did have Dallas against Carolina in the final. But like there are some hot takes that I've seen where it's like cuz I really wow. Anyways, it was cool. It was cool. Like this Carolina team did really good. You know, and in the coming, weeks and off season, it's going to be a long off season. They'll pick it apart and they'll be like, well. At the end of the day, they beat who was in front of them, and at the end of the day, when it was dictated on their terms, we saw it. We saw it in Game 5. We saw it in Game 5. Game 1, technically as well. Game 6, when Carolina pushed the pace. And no, we're going to do things this way. This is how the game's going to go. You guys are not going to bring it across the blue line. We're going to beat your ass to the puck every single time. We're going to score, which, it just, to have Ehlers be the first one to score in the Stanley Cup final and then the last one, that one was pretty cool. But just, just when they dictated how the games were going to go, they kicked ass, and it was enjoyable to watch. It is very comparable to the Panthers last year. Hot take to the Oilers. Like I literally think the Oilers, for the Oilers to win a Stanley Cup, and I know it's kind of fresh, and same with Vegas, and I might make a video on this too. Vegas should have made a goalie change. I really think because Carolina benefited from it too. Vegas should have switched goalies. And I think with Edmonton, for example, too, and this is kind of the same thoughts that I have with soccer, even though we're mixing genres. If you have a good defense, you can win. Every defense has a shot. Now, you have to have an offense that complements the defense because you can't be out here, okay, we're going to do NFL, and there's going to be a couple quarterbacks that catch a random stray. But, like, you see last year, like, with how dominant the Broncos defense, Texans defense, um, come on now, Seahawks defense, like, the defense put all these teams in this situation. Baseball's a weird thing because like you need pitching, but then also your bats need to get hot at the right moment as you go into September and October. But it just let's look at the World Cup for example. Why is France going to win it? Defense. Why is Argentina going to win it? Defense. Why is England, if England wins it, defense, but also with the complementary of their star power on offense and the team completion. You see what I mean? So, anyways, I said 30 minutes. I said 30 minutes ago that I would end this stream, so we're gonna end it here. Thank you all for hanging out. And yeah, we'll let me do one more thing real quick because I'm gonna miss the end of this Turkey game. No, not Sweden. My bad. Let me check one more thing. All right, we're good. Okay, guys. I'll see you all in the next one. Peace.